got 6 jumbos. Really a half a tow, so to speak. It's the half that goes through the lock the second time.
What's that?
Well, the first 3 barges go in first, and
Right.
you bring up the first 3 of 5 rows, and this has just the 2 rows in the towboat. So
You mean that whole...
hey, Captain Tom.
The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, one of the most cynical documents of modern history, as a strategic necessity for Stalin. Stalin was actually doing what any far-sighted tactician would do, getting himself through a difficult spot, having himself already sized up his Western would-be partners as being too timid to stand up to Hitler. They weren't going to stand up to him, so he was going to make a deal with them to buy more time for the USSR. No mention at all. Days later, the Soviet units moved in to Eastern Poland, and the people living in Eastern Poland were overwhelmingly ethnic Ukrainians, and the Stalinist message at the time was that these are our Slavic brothers who want us here. We are reunifying the peoples because we have a Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. These people are Ukrainian. We're bringing them into the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. Same for parts of Poland that were attached to Belarus. That these are Belarusians and they want to be here. It was all
So
just...
the Germans went into Poland and then the Russians went
No,
into
but
the other side of Poland.
yes, and it was an agreement. They met in the middle.
Citizens, 27
That's
million.
the current estimate.
The Germans killed 7 million Jews, right?
Well, the number usually cited is 6 million, but these things... Anyway.
27 million. And the
Yeah.
U.S., how many million did they lose?
No, the United States, our casualties in World War II were perhaps 400,000. Less than half of it. So the scale is completely incomparable.
What was Japan's losses?
Oh, yeah, you know, I've forgotten the exact number, but it's... yeah, Soviet citizens. So this would include...
How could that
yeah.
be?
Well, and that roughly a third or military casualties and 2/3. Well, because it was a war zone for 4 years. It was like the war in Kiev would go on for 4 years. And of course, Ukraine was actually the site of some of the greatest losses of the war because it was a battleground.
Almost as many people on all the other sides combined.
Well, it's a huge. Yeah, you estimate like 60 million deaths in the war.
Did the Germans just bomb civilian targets?
Oh, there was an awful lot.